Hello, my name is Spencer, and today we are looking at the Fabulous Fear Machine, which is a game in which you use fear and spread it across a map to get what you want, whatever your character's wish is. But it comes at a price. Now, there's not too much to the settings here. This does go down pretty far. I think it's 640 by 480. I do wish that this was a drop-down menu instead of having to go back and forth with these, but whatever. I'd like to see that updated out of there. You've got volume sliders, full screen on and off, VSync. You can limit the FPS if you have VSync off. This is not an intensive game visually, so you shouldn't really need to worry. You've got a few language options here, so you can probably find something that works for you, hopefully. And we are honestly just gonna get right into it. I've completed the first campaign. There's this one, Shaking Hands, and then there's Saints and Sinners, which I have to go through Shaking Hands first before I get to Saints and Sinners. I will say that there's only two difficulty modes, easy and normal. I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I do kind of wish that there was a harder difficulty. And they play a little cutscene at the beginning here. I may just skip past this because it's just, you know, giving you an idea of what's happening. Now, this is where things get dangerous because Jimmy here is about to put a coin into the machine and his life is going to change very dramatically. Very, very dramatically. Alright, so I will probably skip past all of that cutscene that you got there and the dialogue. Basically what you need to know is that Jimmy here is a salesman, but not a very good one, and he needs medication. I'm not sure what kind of medication he needs, but he's not making enough money to get the medication because he's not very good at his job. So he comes to the fear machine to make his wish come true. I'm assuming to make a bunch of money. And basically what you have here is you have these different missions that you need to achieve, and you can assign these missions to different areas on the map, and I'll show you. You only get one starting agent at the beginning, but you will unlock more as you go. So the whole premise here is that we need to expand on this map and spread fear throughout this area. And we're trying to convince everybody to take out a life insurance policy from Jimmy. Okay, so this is new. On my first playthrough, these utopias didn't exist. It says you have to use essences to reverse the utopia's characteristics, and you'll be able to turn one of them into your legends. I'll explain what all that means in a minute here. Alright, so we have to pick an area for each of these objectives. And I don't see... For some of these we need some specific things. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Like with this one, we need to build Terror of Conspiracy up to a certain level. And for this one, we'll need to build up Terror of Death to a certain level. So I'm going to go with this one here. And then this one, we just have to raise Terror in general. Then, to start, we plant a seed somewhere. These are the available areas that you can plant the seed. I want to start over here, and I would really like this to be by the city, because when the city is highlighted in white like you saw before, it means that you can access that city and place a pump there. And you'll need the pump to get this resource up here. Is called oleum. And in the bottom left here, it shows you the total amount of oleum that you have. You need that in order to place cards down. And down here, I don't need to go through and explain all of these resources, but these are all the resources that you need to upgrade your cards or to be able to complete missions during the game. So you have to discover an area first, And this is all flavor text. You can read that if you want, but it's just flavor text. That's all it is. So you have this character here who has different traits here. For extraction, which that is how many essences that they can extract in a period of time. So they're at a level 5, they can get 3 essences in 27 days. And an essence is any of these things here. I won't put anything down yet because I don't know what I'm going to need. Exploration will determine how quickly they discover areas, or I'll show you later, but you can do incursions into a rival that is trying to oppose what you're doing, that is trying to stop you from doing what you're doing. Okay, hi. I'm going to jump in here very briefly. This mission works differently than the previous missions I was on before. You can't, or you aren't doing incursions into a rival in this case. The rival is different and does things in a different way on this mission. Very briefly, your rival on the previous missions also has their own cards, their own legends that they're trying to plant in different areas. They will do things to counteract what you're doing. And if you're looking at the screen right here, you can see that after you do an incursion, you have a few options to counteract whatever your rival is doing, and it will take away action points that they have. Once their action points have been depleted, which is indicated by the little white card there with the heart in the middle, that's how much damage you'll do, they can no longer perform any actions, and your rival will be eliminated, and you don't have to worry about them anymore and can just focus on spreading fear. I just wanted to clear that up, so let's get back into the video. And there's also infiltration, which plays into incursions as well. So we're just going to explore for now. We're going to fast forward. It's a lot of fast forward and waiting for things to happen. Now we've got an event here. I can't do anything with this. No effect. Okay, so this is just more flavor kind of text. There's no effects. There's nothing I can do with that anyway. But sometimes events will show up and you have to send somebody to investigate. You can get resources from it, or you may have to spend resources in order to counteract an event that will have a negative effect on you. More flavor text. We can do whatever here, whichever tomb, it doesn't matter. Get some XP. Sometimes you get XP, sometimes you get essences. And we're just going to explore the city some more. Let's see. Oh yes, and you can level up agents as well. I think the first level up doesn't require a resource, but then the next level up will require something. And these guys have their own stories. I should mention that this game can get pretty gory and bloody with the images here. I don't know how YouTube is going to feel about that one, but I'm going to try not to show too much if I can help it. This is more flavor text. You get level up here. And eventually, if you level this person up enough, this whole area will fill in with an image, and this is another card. And it's a very powerful card, legend, I should say, that you can play for free once they're leveled up all the way. But it takes a while to do that. And see, now we need blood. This is called blood. It should be called hearts, because it's a picture of a heart. But you need to have a heart in order to level up. So I would like to implant blood here. And then once you're done exploring, I'll have you extract some. Then we've got the heart for later on when he eventually gets enough XP and I can level him up. We're exploring again. You can choose either one of these. Get a lucky card. Okay, now lucky cards, these will do certain things. Ends a work cycle. Now I'm assuming when it says ends a work cycle, you can end something instantly. So if we play this, yes, we don't have to wait the 26 turns or days in order to get the hearts. maybe not the best use of that, but I did want to show that happening. What we also want to do is we want to have an olean pump, because as you can see up here, we're not getting any right now. And as time passes, these bars up here will fill up, and this flame consumes oleum. Because one of the concepts in the game is that there is a fire that feeds the fear, and it uses the oleum as fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in here again because I don't do a very good job explaining what the flame is. The flame feeds, or the flame grows in intensity as the game goes on, as you spread more fear. And what the flame will do is that it consume more and more of the oleum, and that will be very bad for you because you need the oleum in order to complete different missions and explore different areas and that kind of stuff. So you are on kind of a timer. You can't just wait around and, you know, take your time leveling all of these legends up and all that kind of stuff. You do need to hurry it up a little bit, even though this game ended up going for about an hour. You could probably get it done faster if you're better at it than I am. But that's essentially what the flame is. It will consume that resource and make things more difficult. And as we go, we'll get to explaining more things here. More text, that's fine. Okay, sometimes in different areas, you'll get like a little bonus. This, you can increase whatever extracted essence you're doing in this area that you've decided to implant here. So any of this will get a +1 bonus. You can also find bonuses with cards as well. That'll give you a boost for how much fear it's generating. And every once in a while, you'll get this little bit of text that kind of explains what's happening, what a character is doing, or something like that. All right, so we can reverse these with essences. And this will turn into a legend of my own. And I should probably actually play a legend. Oh yes, I need to increase Terror of Death. So I kind of need to play this one, so we'll put that right there. It'll cost me 600 oleum. As this upgrades, or as time goes by, we'll get a chance to upgrade this, to level it up. I will need the eyeballs, so I think what we should do is we should put eyeballs here, because that'll give us a boost. And then, instead of exploring, let's extract the eyeballs. That way, oh, we got another event. That way we can level that up. And leveling up these legends is the way that you spread this fear. This blob will show up, and as these legends level up, the blob will grow and spread further. So let's see what this is. Okay, we are gonna get -10 to the Terror of the Future and Terror of Violence. Should I decide to play any cards, any legends in this area. Now we can counteract that by sending you here to infiltrate and probably spend oleum or some other essence in order to counteract that. So let's try that. Take us 29 days. We got 129 to respond, so we got plenty of time here. So we can either spend oleum to get a boost to the Terror of Death, or I can get 3 of these science essences to just neutralize the event. Now that's a lot of oleum to spend just for that. So what I might do instead is put a science here and then just make some of that, because that's kind of a lot. We can get there. You can set the number of cycles up to 4. This is ready to level up. So now with this, you mostly have to just use common sense, because you'll want to pick a word that is somehow associated with the Lady of Scythe. She's always waiting for you at the end of the road. So What words would you associate with this? Probably soul. Grim Reaper comes to get your soul. And if this matches, you'll get a bigger boost to these fear generators when you level up. And we did get a bonus, plus 20 and plus 15. And it'll keep revealing more of the card here. You get a little bit more of the flavor text here. Again, nice art style. I like this. And then you can get this all the way up to level 4. And you also have this up here. As your fear increases, you will get these little... I think this is a card. Yes. You'll get another one of these lucky cards. Plus 50 oleum for a pump permanently. Let's do that. And then let's just throw that down right there. So now we'll make 150 instead of 100. That's nice. Now, another thing that they didn't introduce until later, some of these are locked, like the power and the form. So if I wanted to put one of these cards down, it wouldn't benefit me too much, because growing these terrors will not happen because this is not unlocked. So you have to reach a certain level of fear in the whole region to hit this key and then unlock it. Now it's the death. I already have that unlocked, so it doesn't really matter which one of these I unlock. I guess I'll just do the form. And the blob, the fear blob, grows a little bit more. So it's worth doing. You should not ignore that. Even if it's, even if you can't play a card for that particular terror, it'll help the blob grow faster. Okay, so we got that. We're not out of time here, so we'll just neutralize the event. Like I said, I don't want to spend the oleum, and I'm not planning on playing any legends for the Terror of Death in this area, so I just want to neutralize it. I don't want to spend all that oleum on that. Now let's see here. We should play another legend. So what's important is when you're trying to spread the fear, that blob that I was talking about, you can start to build up fear over here, but this blob has to spread far enough that it touches and starts to spread into this region first. That doesn't mean that you can't start putting legends here and kind of start to build up the fear, but it won't fill in like purple like this. It'll be kind of like a grayed out blob. But I think it does help to give you a little bit of a head start to get that in there, get that started as fast as possible. Now, get that. That'll give me a boost. You can see the blob grew a little bit. This is boosted. And this is a good time. You can level up the character here. So we have enough blood. You get another bit of this character's story, which will fill in over time. The stats have gone up, so they're better, a little bit better at everything. Oh. Okay. Ultimate objective is to get rid of the machine. So this is different than before. So we want to level this up. Let's see here. Sharp because of the scythe or the knife or whatever that is. Okay, and the fear spreads a little bit more. We got another unlock over here. We get a new character. Now, I won't spoil anything, but we've seen this character before. But Jen didn't look like this before. Okay, so this blimp, you're doing something here. Applies distrust state to the region. Increases the requirements for transmitting any message by 10. Okay, so what that means is that this requirement, actually I guess I should be looking at this region. This will go from requiring 90 fear to 100 fear because it increases it by 10. So that'll just make life harder. So we'll want to infiltrate with somebody. So we need either 300 oleum to neutralize, or we need 25 fear level for the form. Well, I don't have any legends there, so I think I'll just spend the oleum. Kind of sucks that I have to spend that, but that's okay. We actually have enough of both. Oh, we actually have enough. I can spend it here. We select this. And now it turns into our own legend. It's very easy to tell what you need to upgrade these different cards because the color indicates what it needs. So green needs Gaia, purple needs visions, and then it would be the passions because that's red, would need blood, and then the power would need yellow, that's politics. So it's color coded, it's easy. Okay, let's see what this is. Got another card. Plus 20 for the power. So for the future, let's do plus 20. And then once I get around to planting or placing a power legend over here, I'll use this to boost it, and that'll be helpful. I have enough to upgrade this one. So let's see. Internet, solar storm, moon. I mean, it is space. I'm gonna go with cosmic. We got the bonus, and the fear is spreading. Now, once the fear spreads far enough and this turns white, we can put a pump. As a matter of fact, do I have a... I didn't put a pump here, and I should have. It's okay, I can switch it out. Let's change that. I can put the eyeballs somewhere else. You really want to have as many pumps as possible so you can get as much of that oleum as you can. We can do this. Okay, pet poisoners. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We need more of the globes. Once the fear reaches this threshold right here, you can successfully spread the message, you could die at any moment, in this area. So at that point, there is no other reason to plant more, to place more legends in this area, because it won't help you. And you get, once you spread it to these regions, get this like little comic book kind of thing here. Tells you the story of what's going on. Very nice art style. I like it. I've said that before, but I do really like it. Let's go energy. There we go. Ooh. It's not good. 90% of the region without internet. That sucks. That sucks. Say what you will about the negatives of the internet. There's a lot of good things about it too. Paranormal events reporter or the gossip reporter? Give me that juicy gossip. And you can see this flame is getting stronger and stronger, and each 30-day, or I shouldn't say each 30-day cycle, there are multiple 30-day cycles. Once this is all the way filled, we'll start losing probably 150 to the flame. And we'll make less oleum each cycle. I should mention this. You can remove legends, but they will level down back to level 1, so you'll have to bring them back up again. And you can do the same thing if you had more regions available, which can happen. You can remove these as well and put them someplace else, but those will also level down and you'll have to restart again. Can be an upgrade. Okay, you're back again. If the machine stays active for too long in the same place, sensors are triggered. Okay. They're coming for us. They're coming for us. It's okay. Ooh, I might just have enough. I have ooh. What is that? Report from Eden's Gate local paper has received this dossier from the children of M. The machine is a machination. Machination. Whoever controls the machine controls the scheme. Who's behind Jimmy Greer's meteoric rise? If it's published, all of Eden's Gate will know we exist. Okay, so this is an instant game over. Okay, game over, man. Now this guy, I've seen this guy before. He will sell you something. I can get oleum. or I can give him oleum and get 10 TVs, or I can give him oleum and get 10 blood. He shouldn't disappear, so you don't have to do anything with him. So we could just leave that there. Let's see. This is the music. What about... Okay, just so I can show you what happens, let's say you put river in here. You have no idea what you're doing. You get no bonus. So I believe those numbers were smaller that were boosted. So you don't get as much help with that. It's close. We're fine. Done. No game over. No instant game over. Thank goodness. We can level up you. By the way, leveling up these characters is a good idea because their levels carry over from mission to mission. So that will be very, very helpful to upgrade all of their stats. Something else that will happen when we reach the end of the mission is that any excess oleum and essences that we have will delay, oh, you can see we're not making any from the oleum pumps. It will delay this flame increasing by some number of days, by like 60 days or 30 days or something like that. So your oleum won't be consumed as fast. So this is the bonus I was talking about. So this gives you a bonus to essence extraction, +1. So it can be a good idea to make sure that it spreads throughout the whole region to 100%. Oh, he does disappear at some point. That's fine, because I don't... Well, I'll just take the blood. Why not? I got enough oleum. Look at that. Now we just have to wait for this to build up. That grayed out area is past this, so we're basically done. And I'm probably just about gonna wrap the video here. I'll make whatever cuts I need to make in order to get here. Okay, and we can spread the message, and because we're at 91 out of 90 fear. And now we're done. We're done with the first mission. Everybody's buying Jimmy's insurance. Everything's great. He won Man of the Year. Look at that. Amazing. And that's kind of a whole mission through the Fabulous Fear Machine. Now, these extra resources, like I mentioned, we have a lot of extra oleum. So now, the flame delay will be 90 days. So that's a lot. That's a huge bonus. We're just gonna go back to the main menu here. I hope that was helpful, but I really like the game. I think it's interesting. There's a bit of strategy. I do hope that they can add, or maybe it will be unlocked, a higher difficulty. Because like I said, there's easy and normal. The game does feel a little bit easy. I never feel like I'm in danger of losing. I feel like I almost always have the ability to do something and win the game anyway. So I do recommend the game. It is... How much is it? Well, it's on sale right now, but it's $17.99 US, or whatever your regional equivalent is. I think that's definitely worth it. I think it's certainly worth your time. I've got about 7 hours in the game right now. I could see myself getting another... getting another 7, depending on how long this campaign is. This one was pretty long. This was 4 missions. This one's only 2. So we'll have to see what Saints and Sinners is like. But thank you for watching. If you are interested in this game, you can pick it up now. And I will see you next time. Thank you.